Hi, friends, and welcome to the Coach Casey channel for podcasts that help us all become better people. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast, and also please join us on YouTube at the Coach Casey channel, where you'll always find weekly great content. So let's go. Today on the Coach Casey channel, we're going to discuss the essence of personal character, and are we truly building it? So welcome to the channel, and this is where we explore what it takes to become a better person. And the reason we're diving into the concept of personal character, because I have some basic questions. What are the fundamental traits that define a strong character? Are our educational and familial systems doing enough to install these values into our children and young adults? So let's explore these questions. In my personal opinion, as a life coach and as a business consultant with 30 years experience in dealing with thousands of people, I've come up with this as my definition of personal character. Maybe you'll agree, but just listen up. First is emotional stability. Your ability to remain calm and composed, especially under stress. You know, we all falter every once in a while and overreact and get off the rails, but in general, can you stay calm and composed? Then there's honesty in a character, being truthful and transparent in your actions and words. And I find that as we grow and mature and get older, sometimes it's a lot easier to be honest than when we're younger and we're first experiencing complex problems and don't know how to handle them, so we pick less than perfect ways, and that affects honesty and trust. Along those lines, I feel a good character means accountability, taking responsibility for your actions and stop blaming everything else from politics, economy, aliens and spaceships. It just makes me crazy. How about charity? A good person, a good character knows how to show kindness and willingness to help others. And you may not agree with me, but I believe that we need to include every member of the human race in our charity basket. Can we be patient? Patience is a big keystone of character. You know, can we accept and tolerate delay or trouble or suffering without getting angry? Can we be patient with other people that we deem less than perfect than us? That we deem are less intelligent than us or have the wrong political views? Can we still be patient and respect them? Can we listen? Do we have good listening skills? Can we truly understand and hear others, not just waiting your turn to speak with your body jumping in stress because you're trying to get your answer into the conversation? I think a good person with good character has a positive mindset. I know I work hard on this. You know, it's so easy to go negative about everything. It takes no work to go negative. If you listen and are victimized by the 24/7 by 365 negative issues that come out here, you will become a negative person as well. Developing a positive mindset is not easy, but it's very, very important to work on it. And responsibility. Can you deal with being responsible for somebody or to somebody? What else? Let me give you 4 more here. A responsible person not only can deal with other people, they deal with that person with integrity. They adhere to moral and ethical principles that they develop during the course of their life and are not force-fed to them by some media character that is defining for them what they should think and feel on any particular issues or parts of their life, or phony, faux pas psychologists that are selling books and CDs and podcasts. Excuse me, I know I have a podcast, but I'm trying to be sincere, okay? Having empathy is an additional trait of character. Understanding and sharing feelings of others. All right, so that you can kind of put yourself in their frame of reference if they're having a problem or feel somehow left out or sad about a situation. A person with good character has resilience. A person with good character can reach an obstacle in their life, and instead of having the walls cave in around them, can deal with their trouble and be still standing. You know, like that song said, pick myself up, dust myself off, start all over again. And the final one I want to include in this big profile about a person with character is they're humble. They recognize their own limitations, and they value other people's support and contributions. So they don't push you away. They approach you for help. They're not ashamed or afraid to ask for help. Hey, so in this segment, I got a couple questions for you that should be stimulating in terms of conversation. Let me ask you this question. Do you feel our schools are teaching these values effectively? Do you think that parents at home are teaching these values effectively? Do you think that our culture and society are teaching these values effectively? Let's take a look at a couple simple life examples here before we get too deep into that. But please leave some comments to those questions. Let me know your opinions if you're listening this on YouTube. I'd love to hear them. This is such an important conversation we're having. Okay, here's a simple test for us. Here is a scenario where John is walking down the street. He finds a wallet. Instead of keeping it, he immediately looks for identification and contacts the owner to return it. All right, I would give John a plus mark in his strength of character. Same scenario, Lisa finds the wallet, opens it up, takes the money out inside, rationalizing that it's a stroke of luck, sticks the money in her wallet, and throws the lost wallet away. Which one has the best character in your opinion? Here's another one. Now we're in the office. Emma accidentally sends out an email with incorrect information. She knows she's going to get yelled at, but she immediately tells her superior and takes actions to correct the mistake. Well, this self-centered guy by the name of Mike, he makes a similar mistake but chooses to cover it up. He hopes nobody's going to notice and blames a coworker when the error is discovered. You know, shifts the responsibility. Which one, Emma or Mike, would you want in a foxhole with you? And I got two more. Here's one where Sarah sees an elderly person struggling with groceries and offers to help them. I mean, we've all seen that. Tom walks past the same elderly person saying, it's not my problem, I don't care, I'm too busy for that. Okay, so we get into these little personal situations where even on the last example I have is road rage. For some reason, people drive like they think there's a Indy 500 race going on, and there's a checkered flag at the end of their trip, and they're going to freak out and get into road rage and, you know, obscene gestures and honking and cutting you off. What's that say about their character? Or the person who politely could care less, gets in another lane if they can, says this is only going to last a minute or two, I'm not going to freak out, and doesn't add that stress to their life. Okay? So how do you feel the media influences our perceptions of character traits? When you think about this, what are you seeing every day? You're seeing people in television series, in news reports that don't really reflect these kind of values. You understand? I mean, in other words, if you think about it, we're pounded every day with with images and audio and video of people on screen that are just diabolical. That's all I can say. So we need better role models, don't we? When's the last time we've had a good role model for character? I don't care about your politics. Don't start that stuff with me. I'm talking about a person that has good character and you can trust them and they're honest even if you don't agree with them. All right, can we pound that home somehow? All right, so what do you do to build a character? There are things you can do on a personal level. For example, self-reflect every day to assess your responses to the situations in your life and journal those so that you can keep a diary of this happened, this is how I reacted, this is how I can improve myself. Make it a habit, make it an effort. We all can't be 100% honest. That's Pollyanna, la-la land talking. But we have to cultivate our traits like honesty, patience, and empathy in situations. It's called situational ethics. Within that situation, I am going to be patient. I'm not going to call somebody out because they're talking nonsense. I'm going to take deep breaths, relax, and just go with the flow. I'm going to encourage myself to make and take simple acts of kindness every day. In every little tiny situation, like the elderly person walking down the street, okay? Like not fighting over a parking spot. Maybe you can pay for somebody's coffee. You can help a neighbor with groceries. You can volunteer for a nonprofit organization. When you're getting confused and you're getting stressed, reach out. Reach out to your trusted friends and family or therapist or psychiatrist, whatever you have. In other words, support helps to build character. And a lot of the drug and alcohol addiction, organizations emphasize that when you can trust yourself, others will trust you. Ask for honest opinions about yourself. Talk to your family or friends and ask them, how did it feel when I acted this way and how can I improve? And this is a tough one even for me. Be open to constructive criticism. You're going to get it, all right? Don't get defensive. Take a look at yourself and listen. I recognize that character is a judgmental term, okay? It's going to reflect your individual philosophy and your values, and we all have different philosophies and values. But that's not what's important. What's important is that understanding the other person so that you can value them and not push them away just because their sense of what a good character is different than yours. This is going to require self-awareness and a moral compass inside yourself. And a moral compass is set by creating boundaries. You're going to say, this behavior from me is unacceptable. I'm not going to do it in the future. That situation that I'm seeing in the media is unacceptable. I'm not going to allow it into me to infiltrate me and my values and my personality. So this is an important part and an important podcast as far as I'm concerned. And I just want to recap to you that building character it's like layers in a cake. It takes the schools, the families, the government, your personal self, your friends, all of that. But you have to have a moral compass inside of you. So, if you're listening, can you share this, please? Because I'm sure you know many people with some dubious character that perhaps could use some help. And if you're on YouTube, please share your experiences and answer those questions about if you feel schools are teaching good character, if you feel that people around you are helping your children get what they need to develop good character. Okay, thanks for joining us on the Coach Casey channel. We're going to wrap this up now. I hope this was a bit provocative and helps you to think about this question of building character. And you know what? I'll see you in the future.